everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another series review. Once again, I watched Steven Universe and the episodes were Gem Heist and the Zoo, but they played them out of sequence, which I thought was rather unusual. I thought, why would they do it in non-chronological order? Why would they play the Zoo before Gem Heist? But as far as episodes are concerned, Gem Heist is another one of my favorites just because we meet so many new characters and we get to see what the amethysts really look like. And our amethyst trying to fit in with the other amethysts and looking very uncomfortable and apprehensive about, well, of course, because she's never seen another amethyst before. It's only natural. And we meet that witch, Holly Blue Agate. I like Holly Blue Agate, but she is just so cold. I mean, she is brutal. I love to hate her, even though she's a very good dresser. I will give her credit for that. And of course, I adore Sapphire. Sapphire, because of course Garnet's my favorite. So yeah, she and Ruby together, I savor seeing them apart and together in their fused form. And I'm thinking a lot of other Steven Universe fans have theorized that Holly Blue can't understand human beings. I'm thinking that she's just being affected and that she feels she's so high above human beings and especially Pearl. And we see the hierarchy of gems in this particular episode. It's very revolutionary and revealing and utterly fascinating to see how that pecking order actually works and how much prestige Sapphire actually has. Always calling her Grand Clarity, and I guess the only gem that would have more status would be both Yellow and Blue Diamond, and of course Pink Diamond too probably did before she was shattered. It's just a hypothesis, but I really like X27 in the Zoo. He is handsome, and I'm gonna say this right now, and you know I'm a Game Grumps fan. He looks like Danny Avidan. I thought, oh yes, please. If I were to be chosen, choose me with him. That just sounds wrong, but I am not a freak. But it was another good episode, and I absolutely loved seeing it. Like, an HD screen gives it so much more depth and just better image quality and sound. And of course, that whole aspect of Greg actually getting hurt by Steven, I thought, oh, that was terrible. Why? That was the only way that they could get out, but they figured out another way during the choosing. And it sort of reminds me of Hindi. They had a lot of traditional Hindi and Indian society. They still have arranged marriages, and in some other societies they still have that. And it's so funny that Greg said, yes, of course, there's always a catch with a utopia. Yeah, unfortunately, based on science fiction, he wouldn't be wrong. Because I've read up on a lot of utopias myself, and I took a course in utopias, and people being human and having free will have their own ability to make their own decisions. There was a point in time, if you're in Shaker Society, they have a rite of passage. I forget what the rite of passage is called, but when you reach a certain age, you can decide to stay with the Brethren or go out into what they call the world. And I thought, I wonder if she took some inference and influence from Shaker Society. I would love to know Rebecca Shirker's thoughts on that, because that's very, very interesting. I really don't have that much to say about this particular episode, although it was one of the better episodes of the season, and they just get better and better over time. They only improve. It's just like when it started out, I wasn't, I loved the cartoon right away. Then I realized that it had more adult universal themes that had never been explored in a Western cartoon. Well, maybe some before, but not to this extent and not in such a way that people can understand what she's trying to convey. And animation is actually a really good teaching tool because of that. And that's why I'm so drawn toward it. Sorry for the pun. I know it's terrible. Outstanding and absolutely stellar as usual. Phenomenal. I'm looking forward to the further episodes down. My favorite one, of course, is that will be my ultimate favorite thus far from Stephen Baum is That Will Be All. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing it on my HD screen because I know it's going to just blow my mind. But I was watching a video about Blue Diamond and it revealed more of Rebecca's background, and she said she got the design from Leiji Matsumoto. I thought that is why I recognized it, because I've grown up on a lot of what you call old school anime, and one of my favorite animes of all time was My Youth in Arcadia, Captain Harlock, that whole series. My Youth in Arcadia, besides Sea Prince and Fire Child, was one of the saddest anime films. Of course, there are others. Grave of the Fireflies is up there too, but it is so lachrymose. It just, you are in a puddle of tears. It is so sad, but it's one of the best things I've ever seen, and it's just a kind of a nostalgic, lamentable look on his salad days, so to speak, the time of his youth, those green fresh days when he was young, in the pink of his hale and hearty existence, and that has come to pass. And it's like the inevitable thought of mortality. I know it's kind of a dark, foreboding note, but it's one thing that I've learned going through what I'm going through. And actually I put a lot of thought into my new venture, that I got my license. That much I was able to accomplish. I took the test. They had a final exam. I took that test. I took it 3 times. Every time I did subsequently worse. And I'm thinking the universe is giving me a clear-cut signal saying, stop what you're doing. Just drop everything. Have you really thought about this? Do you know what this entails? And then I took a step away from myself and I looked at the entire scenario from another angle, and I thought, I would have no social life, for one thing. I would only have a couple days really to myself, and I don't want that. I just thought, no, the product's good, don't get me wrong. I like the product. I don't see myself doing this, even though the money's good. I can't. I would not be happy with it. So I'm going to go back to what I know and do that for a while. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be with it. Who knows? I'll stick with it, because it's all I have right now. But I'm going to go back to Amazon begrudgingly and just do my best and work my butt off and see where it goes from there. And things can only get better. I mean, they got to, right? Till next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.